Good morning, everybody, and welcome to France. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, ring the little bell. You'll get notifications of when I post again, and it doesn't cost you anything. Today, I thought I'd show you a bit of France. I'm heading a little bit further north. Stopped in this picnic area. I thought I'd just show you that though France has some really nice routiers and truck stops, they also have these small picnic areas which have toilets and drinking water. Now, they're not the most salubrious places, but they're generally kept it clean by local councils. There are a couple of toilets, place to wash your hands. Now, I know some people don't like these toilets, but I don't dislike them because you don't have to touch anything apart from yourself. But I'm not the tallest or the biggest, so it's not a problem. As I said, there's usually a drinking water tap. It seems a shame that they've had to lock this one down, stop it getting stolen. But mostly they're just picnic areas and you can just park, and I wouldn't say they're the safest places to park if you're parking overnight, but you can get a break, just have a bit of a wander around. There's usually camper vans and that, people wandering around. So no, I don't think I'd park at night because they get very dark. There's not much light in there. There's just lightings around the toilet, so I'd be a bit wary of that one. We're going to head north. I shall show you a bit of scenery and give you a bit of info on the way. A bit of an easy day, and then we're loading tomorrow morning. For anybody that hasn't been through France, when you come into a village, you'll see these little signs with the name of the village and a red border around it. Now, that means the start of the village, which basically means you must be doing 30 mile an hour or 50 k's. Now, sometimes this can catch you out because the actual speed limit sign can be further on, but I can guarantee you, if there is a policeman with a radar gun between that sign and the speed limit sign, and you are doing over 50 k's, 30 mile an hour, you will get done, because you are supposed to know that that sign is the beginning of the village, of the town, and that's where village and town enforcement start. Now, a lot of these places aren't very big when you're cutting across. It's the towns and the villages that aren't very big. The roads are fine, but try and respect the people that are there. They do live there, and these places were built before big lorries needed to be on the road. So just slow down, respect the town, and respect the fact that there may be a child going to step out onto the road in front of you, or somebody doing their shopping, just chatting, or like this guy, bit of a rush to get out the exit. So just take it steady. I must admit, this does annoy me. Doesn't matter what country I'm in, even if I'm just in my hometown. That guy has come out of that shop with hands full of baguettes, and he can't be bothered to walk up to that zebra crossing. So he's not thinking, so we have to think for him, because we're the professionals at the end of the day. So slow down, let him cross the road, otherwise he's going to do something even stupider, like just walk out in front of you and expect you to stop. as you're heading out of the town or the village, what you'll see is a white sign, the name of the village with the red outside and a line through it like this one here. And that means the end of the town or the village. And then as you see, the speed limit goes up and you're then on the national speed limit for that road. I mean, as you see, once you're out of the towns or the villages, the roads are fine. There's nothing wrong with them at all. It's just that the towns and the villages tend to be a little bit small. And again, you can see we're entering another town or a village with the little sign on it. And as you go along, you will see the 50k or whatever the speed limit is. You'll see the speed limit sign just a little bit further on, and it's kind of to make you aware that that's what you're entering, and to try and keep your wits about you and be aware of what's going on. There are some beautiful places in France, some very historic places. A lot of it got bombed during the war, but these more rural areas, obviously of little strategic importance to anybody at the time, these are as they were many, many years ago. Quite often in these towns and villages, they've got little cafes, little bars, little shops, and they will provide a 15-minute HGV parking space, as this one is down here. And all it is so you can go in, get a cup of coffee, buy your baguette, have your 15-minute break without holding up the whole town. But I think it's a good idea because people aren't parking on double yellow lines or anything like that, but it is only for 15 minutes. It's not a overnight parking space, but usually outside the town there's bigger lay-bys that you can park in. And I know this town, for example, there's a bigger lay-by just coming up here on the right hand side. Yeah, they get busy the same as any parking. Parking is a premium in the whole of Europe, but these little lay-bys, they generally are a bit better lit up when they're just outside of a town like this, and they've got toilets, which is always a bonus. So just take a little ride for a little while through this French countryside. I mean, this is a bonus of my job, is that you do get to see some really nice places. Now, I remember this place. I've been here before. This roundabout is really weird, especially for right-hand drive, because you can't see up that exit on the left very well. So you kind of have to slow it down and peek round to see you can see up that exit. It used to have traffic lights there. I don't quite know why it's got a roundabout there now. It's been holding things up or something. But again, this little town has got a big parking area just to the left here. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's there. I'll try and turn the camera around. But it does have a market. You can park overnight there. It does get busy, but you can park overnight there. But it does have a street market, and there's a routiers over here on the roundabout on the right hand side. Nice people in there. Big Citroen 2CV people in there, which my friend is as well. So we had a conversation about that the one day, non-English French conversation about it. So you can park in that big car park, but you need to look at the signs to see when the street market's on, so you don't get blocked in. There's another routier over on the left if that one's shut, because I know the guy with the 2CV cafe, as I call it. He goes on rallies as well, and my friend went down through Africa in a 2CV. Yeah, very bizarre thing to do, but that's what they did, and that's what that guy does as well. And here you can see here there's another 15-minute parking zone, and that's all it is, because there's a little shop across the way. You can run across, get your bread, get your cigarettes, and away you go again. I know in this town there's a proper centre routiers. It's not massive, the parking area isn't massive, but the cafe is good. So you park over here on the right. I think there's parking on the right and the left depending on which direction you go in, and then the centre routiers is just over the road, which is, centre routier is basically a transport cafe. That's what they were designed for travellers, and routier is lorry driver, and so that's what they were designed for. That's the parking on the right, and then obviously if you're going the other way, you park on the other side. Not the parking area is not big, but the routiers is good, and they usually offer a menu of the day, same as they do in Spain. So you get starter, main course, dessert, and a small thing of wine, whether it's a jug or a bottle, whichever you get, but you get it at a set price, and usually they do have a la carte menu as well, which is going to be more expensive. Now, years ago there used to be like a directory, like a book that you could buy in places, which gave you the addresses and everything of the centre routiers. Now, I'm not sure if that is still about, because a lot of centre routiers have closed, unfortunately, but it's a sign of the times. So, you know, you'd have to look up, there must be a website for it as well somewhere. I do love these quirky metal things that this person makes. It just, there is sometimes there's like Darth Vader standing outside. Sometimes there's like a massive spider. There is just all sorts of things that whoever works there just makes out of metal. He obviously sells them because they regularly change. But there is some pretty places in France. I can't say it appeals to me to live in France. There's the place itself is absolutely pretty, but I'm not overly keen on the politics and things of France. So anyway, each to their own. I'm going to pick up the motorway here, which isn't the most interesting of things, but I will bring you back tomorrow when I'm near the loading point. Good morning. What a beautiful sunrise. That's a good start to the day, isn't it? So I found a place in France. It was only in a small town, so I didn't video it. I was sort of concentrating on what I was doing. And it was a bit weird to get in here because the address I'd got was for the main office and the loading area is at the back, and it was just a bit weird how I got into it, but we've got it loaded now. I mean, you can be given the wrong or a strange address no matter where in the world you are. I love maps, paper maps, proper maps. I love having them in my hand. I just like exploring them, seeing what's around. Even when I go to my sister's in Australia, I had to buy a map book, not to find anywhere, but just to look at my surroundings. I just find them interesting, a bit like dictionaries, but maybe that's because I spend a lot of time on my own. I just like to know what words are. But I just find maps and map books really interesting. I mean, sat-navs have changed the world, but sometimes you just having to be able to see that overview, be able to see what's around you is really good. I mean, you can zoom out of your sat-nav, you can zoom out of Google Maps and that, depending on what you're looking at them on, whether you're looking at it on your phone or a laptop or whatever. But I just find map books interesting. I'm a bit of a nerd that way. So the address we were given was of the main office, the main visitor entrance, if you like, where the post would go, which is fine, but obviously that's not where they're going to load or unload the vehicles. And it's actually off this little road that's in front of us. You sort of like go round to the right. So this little map I put on, this will show you what I'm trying to say. So as you can see from this, the actual loading unloading point is nowhere near the address that we were given. So it's always a good idea to go onto Google Maps. Lots of people, including myself, do put reviews of places, especially if, like this one, they're difficult to find or strange to find the loading or unloading point. And it would help if people are running factories that watch my videos, if you could just put loading address separate to postal address, and that would save us driving around in circles. These people here have given me delivery notes. They've given me CMRs, international delivery notes, and description of the goods, but they haven't done the customs documents to import it into the UK from Europe. So I'm going to go up to another place. It's actually a groupage company. They have in-house customs, and they are doing their customs for them as well. So I'm going to go out. It's only just up the road. It's just out of town on another industrial estate. So I'll go up there and I'll bring you back when I'm somewhere near. What a strange piece of equipment. We're in Kuehne-Nagel's yard, Kuehne-Nagel, however you pronounce it, and this is a shunter moving trailers around, putting them on the bays and that, but it looks like a creature, something. It looks like any minute it's going to start talking to you and giving you directions and shouting at you, but it looks like a something. It just looks bizarre. I know, my imagination probably going wild again. While the lady's doing my paperwork, I just thought this was a good view of a groupage house. So if you order, say, a pair of shoes from Italy, you're just ordering one box. And they're generally, what happens is they come to a place like this and they will consolidate all the boxes that are coming to the UK. They might be just from Italy, or they might be from other parts of the world even. And they will do like a relay and get it to your door. So it will go from the factory to one of these places. They will then put it onto a lorry that's then going to, say, the UK. That lorry will take it to another place like this, which will then go smaller, back down to smaller vehicle to bring it to your door. Paperwork's all done. We're just going to walk past this very strange creature. I don't know. I know, my imagination's running wild. All locked, all sealed, and we're heading up for the ferry. I'm going to get the lorry washed on the way, and I will speak to you next time. Take care, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget, thumbs up, leave a comment, and I shall see you soon. Take care.